It always seems that sequels in Star Wars always seems to divide people. What's up with that? We are looking at Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I thought that this game was good. I thought that the gameplay did a lot better. Even though at some points you start thinking, am I playing Star Wars or am I playing Spider Man? You know what I'm saying? There's definitely a lot of jumping around in this game, literally. And it still doesn't take away from the funness of this. Like, you can still find some cool characters, some cool battles. I like that Cal actually changes within the game as far as his look because, in the first one, he obviously looked younger. Here, he looks a lot older. And it makes sense because this does take place 9 years after Fallen Survivor. So I thought that that was really smart of their perspective. And you definitely get to do a lot more with the other characters, even though you mainly just play as Cal. Marin and Bowden really get involved, especially when they help this one kid in the story at the end. It was actually a really cool thing that they did, and it just kind of continues on this path of like they're still being haunted, but they are more cautious about it. And I definitely do appreciate that the gameplay does change a little bit, even though that seems to be the biggest negative when it comes to this. There is apparently I just got this game, so I didn't get to experience what people were going through, but apparently there was like a lot of glitches. There was a part actually where I saw gameplay where you would have to jump up something, you would fall, but then the story would continue, and then you apparently won all these points because you fought. It was like a whole issue of like um too many bugs in the game, and that seems to be the problem with the first game as well. But from my experience, the only real issues I had is like at some points the game was just lagging. It was so slow. It could have just been my Wi-Fi, so I can't really relate to it. So hopefully, not everybody else had to deal with that, and hopefully people are appreciating the game because the game is still fun and the story is still really good, and of course the graphics get better as time goes on. I did make a joke that there is a lot of similarities to Spider-Man with the whole swinging around and stuff. And it's fine to copy from other video games because around this time the Spider-Man video games were killing it. And I just feel like it does feel like they did take from that. I'm not saying that they did, but I'm just saying it feels familiar. I am still very happy with the voice acting. Um, Cameron Monaghan, who voices Cal, does a fantastic job, and you do feel the growth with um, Cal. BD1 is still great. You still do cool things with him, and it's really nice to have like a different type of droid from time to time. But for me, by the time things wrapped up with the lightsaber on the floor, I do feel like I was happy with that as far as ending the game. I could have gone like if this is the only other Jedi Survivor game, I'm very cool with it. I don't need to see another one. They might throw in another one, but for me, I'm pretty cool with this. I mean, Force Unleashed 2 is a game that I still haven't played, but I've heard a lot of negative things about that game. Some people even put it on canon, even though technically Force Unleashed, the first one, is on canon. I'm still very satisfied with this video game, and I'm really good with it. It does have some problems story wise. Some things don't make sense. Some characters, as far as people that you fight, are not as cool and crisp. Maybe the nostalgia hits in me, but there is less of characters that you know and love outside of Stormtroopers. But um, I still enjoy it very much. It does have more problems, and I don't know. I think Fallen Order was a much better game because it was the first time they did this type of story. So for me, this gets an A minus. Not the greatest, but it did do its job and it did give us a fun game. So I can't really get mad at it. We're almost there. We only got two more videos to knock out. And spoiler alert, the next two are movies. Obviously, I'm going to close off with The Mandalorian and Grogu. But if you haven't figured it out by now, my next review tomorrow will be Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Wish me luck, people, and take care, everybody.